I think that's it. Okay. Okay. Marcus is joining us. I think I need to record this now. All right. Welcome back to another CryptoVagabonds Q&A. Today we're going to be talking about price predictions for Bitcoin. A lot of things has happened, and a lot of people are trying to make price predictions, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of those price predictions and my view in the end. And then, of course, I'll be more than open to listen what you guys have to say or to share about your price predictions. So let me start by sharing the screen with you guys. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So thank you. Just remember, whatever we do here, specifically when content is regarding price, I think this is the moment I need to really emphasize the disclaimer. Nothing that we produce in any platform is to be considered financial tax or legal advice. Whatever we produce here is just for information, educational, and entertainment purpose only. We're just sharing with you guys our experiences and our opinion. Nobody here is giving financial advice. So that goes for me and for the people who are speaking here as well. Now, this Q&A occurs every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can also interact with us Tuesday to Friday on Clubhouse, of course, here on YouTube, Instagram, and X. Today, we're going to be talking about will BTC price continue crashing? And when we started to do this presentation, Bitcoin price was below 60K. It was on the 55, 56 mark, and people were asking questions about what would happen with the price. So there's a lot of people dedicating their time and effort to try to make price predictions. So we're going to start the conversation talking about the current status of Bitcoin. We're going to be giving you guys some price prediction made by different people. And then towards the end, I'm going to give you my personal perspective. And again, it will be just my personal perspective, not financial advice. So Bitcoin today is at 66,320. This was the price literally taken a few minutes before this presentation, and that's where the market is right now. Now, the issue is we also had this year a halving. Now, halving is being by many people considered the most important moment that will push prices up. And what is halving, you may ask? Halving is something that happens on average every 4 years, and that means the reward given to miners is cut in half. So whenever Bitcoin came into existence, whenever a miner solved a block, he would be receiving 50 BTC for that block. In 2012, there was a halving, and that reward crashed to 25 BTC. The issue is the effort that is put into mining Bitcoin continues to increase, but the reward continues to decrease. That's pretty much halving. It's a decrease of rewards. 2012, it was 25. 2016 went to 12.5. And 2020 went to 6.25. And at the moment, we are at 3 BTC 0.125 every time a block is solved. And the question is, what does the halving do to the price? Now, normally, it's the main catalyst for Bitcoin going to its all-time high. That's expectation. And we can see here where the expectation comes from. In 2012, when we had the halving, the Bitcoin price increased by 185%. On the halving of 2016, there was an increase of 122%. In 2020, it increased by 300%. Now, you can attribute this to halving. I attribute the 2020 increase, not just the halving. However, I attribute that to the helicopter money. There was a lot of money being given to a lot of people because of COVID. So I'd say, coincidentally, there was a halving, and there was a lot of money becoming available to people, and that's where the money went. Now, a lot of people want to just attribute this to halving. I attribute to monetary policy over the halving. So this year, we don't have helicopter money, and we can see that so far, the price increase is about 5%. So halving has not triggered the all-time high as it did in the past. especially if you compare to 2020. So it's very unusual. It's the first time that this happened. Now, there's a few answers to that. Why it didn't happen? And people are even more shocked because this year, besides the halving, we also have the Bitcoin ETFs, which got approved just within less than 2 months from the halving. We had the ETF being approved. Now, the price is still only up by 5%. So the US Bitcoin ETF has seen about 4.6 billion volume on the first day of trading, and that volume continues to increase, but the price is not going up as much. So Bitcoin has reached a new all-time high before the halving, and we can see here 69,000 in 2021, and now 69,200. Not much difference between the two. And again, the question may be why we have the halving and have the ETFs. In my view, the why is we're in a different economic situation. Look at this. People are estimating that there is enough money, there's no billions. They think there's going to be $48 trillion of addressable market with the Bitcoin ETF. Some people agree with that. Some people may not agree. I honestly do not agree with this figure. I think 48 trillion is too optimistic, but some people believe that that is the addressable market for the Bitcoin ETFs. And in my view, the reason why the price is not going up is because, one, the price went up anticipating the ETF. Bitcoin went from around 20,000 to now 60,000. So to me, the ETF is already priced in, and people are still waiting for, well, what is the effect of the ETF? Smart money tends to go first. I don't agree with this prediction, but it is one prediction. 48 trillion, maybe. Now, a lot of people also believe that there's more money that's going to come from the ETFs. I already mentioned, I think the ETF was already in there. Sophisticated money moves in first. Everyone was anticipating the ETF, and the impact did not come as expected. And in my view, the impact that came earlier. Now, whatever extra money comes on the ETF, I don't think it's going to push the price as high as people wanted. So let's see what the predictions are. So there's this company called Standard Chartered, and they have made some predictions. Let's hear their predictions. They talk about Bitcoin possibly reaching 150,000 by the end of 2024. If that's true, that's more than double the price we have now. And they hope that Donald Trump will be reelected. Now, this, of course, was before the assassination attempt on Trump. After the assassination attempt, I think it was very likely that Trump was going to be reelected or elected for the second time. To me, it's more than likely. It's very possible that he will be, very probable that he will be the next president. I don't think the Democrats have a chance. But anyway, this is a subject for some other time. So based on that prediction, Trump is someone that is pro cryptocurrencies, or at least not against cryptocurrencies as a Democrat. So that could be true. And they're also predicting this based on ETF holdings, which is now between 50 billion and they expect it to go to 100 billion. You can see here, we look for US dollars, 50 to 100 billion of inflows to Bitcoin ETFs in 2024. So that's the way which they're predicting. And they continue to say here, I stick to my predictions of 150,000 for BTC by the end of 2024 and 200,000 by the end of 2025. This is Geoffrey Kendrick, which is the person in charge of Standard Chartered. Now, that's one very good prediction. If we get 200,000 by the end of 2025, that is pretty much 3.3, 3.2 times what the price is today. So it's more than 3 times what the price. Someone else have a similar prediction, Peter Brandt. He's predicting BTC around 130,000 to 150,000 by September 2025. So 130,000 is about double of what they have today. 150,000, a little bit more than double. He's a bit more modest on his prediction. But also we have someone that goes by the name Plan B. And he has this graph, which I don't know if you guys are familiar, it's called stock to flow. And pretty much is how much stock is there and what is the flow of that stock. So for instance, he used that for gold, and it was pretty accurate in the sense that once you estimate how much stock of gold is there to be mined, and how fast that stock becomes available, you can make some price predictions. Of course, it's not like precise science, but he gets pretty close. Now, whenever he applies that to BTC with the same calculations, we're having stock to flow, because one thing about BTC is we know the stock and we know the flow. There's no questions about the supply. The only questions we have about BTC is the demand. Now, the stock to flow was pretty accurate until the money came with COVID. After COVID money went dry, that stock to flow it started to be less accurate. So, but the creator is a guy that goes by the plan B, and he's predicting, not according to him, Bitcoin should already be at 150K, and he's predicting about by the end of the year 800K. Now, my view, this is a very high number. I am not sure we're going to see this number even in this decade. I think 800,000 is a very large number, especially when you compare to where we are now. So Bitcoin at $1 million, the thing is, the higher the price, the more difficult it is for you to go higher. But it is a prediction that he has made. The science behind this works well with petrol and gold, I think. I'm not sure if it's going to work with BTC. Another person to make a prediction is Nick Carter. And again, he's talking about $100,000 BTC sometime this year, which I think it's the most common is 100,000 for this year. And he's also talking about Bitcoin layer 2s and the upcoming global debt crisis. So I think 100K between now and 2025, then I think is a plausible prediction. 100K before the end of the year, I'm not so sure. And you have people like Cathie Wood. She's an American investor, and she's the founder and CEO of ARK Investment. And I think she's making a very bold prediction. She's predicting 3.8 million by the end of 2030. I'm not sure, but she has a lot of time to correct her estimation. So in my view, there's a lot of uncertainty on the market. I think every time I talk to someone who has any experience on investments, the one common denominator that I receive from everyone is uncertainty. And we have seen when there's uncertainty, the prices do go down. Now, there's no deny that the Bitcoin ETF is growing significantly. If you compare gold ETF and Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin has 19% against 81% of the ETF held by gold. Now, if this goes to the same amount as gold ETF, does it mean the price double? I'm not so sure. We are in a point now where volatility will eventually start to diminish. But one thing is pressure of buying pressure. Like if somebody buys, let's say 500 BTC, 1000 BTC, how much that can go up is much less than how much can come down. So if an asset has, let's say, $5 million market cap, you can put a certain amount of money, let's say another million, and the price go up tremendously. And when you sell, the price doesn't go down as much because there's very little capital there. However, to me, BTC came to a point where it is much harder for the price to go up, and it's a lot easier for the price to come down. We saw when someone sold 1,000 BTC, the price went down by 15% in 24 hours. So I think we are in a point where the selling pressure has more effect than the buying pressure. Now, everyone is talking about comparing Bitcoin ETF with gold ETF. And you can see here, $146 billion on gold ETF. Now, if you have 146 billion into Bitcoin, how would that work? I'm not sure if it will go up as much. As I already mentioned, one thing that I think is going to be a great positive news for those who want for the price to go up, those who want the price to go up, I think Donald Trump being elected will be a good one. And as I mentioned, the assassination attempt of Donald Trump have done wonders for him. I think they tried to villainize him, they tried to dehumanize him, and by not being able to kill him, but the failed attempt, Donald Trump went from being a villain to being a hero. And I think the fact that he has a vice president who has a BTC, his vice president owns BTC, I think him being elected will have a very positive impact on the price of BTC. So once that victory becomes solidified, I do believe that the price will continue to go up. Do I believe 100K? I'm not so sure, but a lot of people are predicting 100K by the end of the year. As I mentioned, the higher you go, the more difficult it is for you to go high. So the long-term prediction seems to be between 150 to 200K by the end of 2025. That is the prediction. I think 150K by 2025 may be plausible. 200K, I think, is too optimistic. I don't see Bitcoin going to $1 million anytime soon. I'm not agreeing with Cathy Woods. So before I go to the recap, I want to say something to you guys. In my view, there's a lot of things that can still push the price down. We don't have the helicopter money of 2025, of 2020, where everyone was receiving money and interest rates were really low. The situation is very opposite. People are short for money and interest rates are very high. So interest rates went up. Money is not available as it was in 2020. There's a lot of conflict going around on the planet that generates more uncertainty. In my view, there's still potential for a lot of deflationary pressure. There's a lot of tension happening on the globe. In the Middle East, there's a lot of uncertainty about the supply of petrol coming from the Middle East. There are conflicts still with Ukraine and Russia. You have the possible conflict in Asia with Taiwan. In my view, uncertainty will push the price down. I don't see an all clear path for Bitcoin 100K this year. We already passed half of the year. People were expecting, the market was expecting the cuts on the rates. And if we know something, if history repeats itself again, if they cut rates, after they start to cut rates, that's when we have the crisis. So my view, the long-term prediction, yes, Bitcoin eventually is going to be 150K. Bitcoin eventually is going to go to 200K, but it's not going to be a clear path like a rocket going to the moon. I think that is a very unrealistic view. We saw BTC going from 70 to 55, and I still think there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. At least those are my thoughts. I would say tread carefully if you want to do something and not financial advice. But if you trust in BTC, the best approach, in my view, is still dollar cost average. So let me go back here. So the roadmap, we gave you guys a very brief view on the current status of Bitcoin. I shared with you guys many people having different price predictions. I gave you guys my personal perspective, which still is there's a lot of uncertainty. Be careful. So if you want to be in control of your money, learn more about this, consider joining the Academy. Link for that on the description below, or contact me if you want to join the Academy. And with this, I end this presentation, and I'm going to be taking your guys' question. So welcome everyone who is here, Marcos, Ross, Raymond. And I want to end the presentation again. Tread carefully. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market. Too much optimism is not good. So I wonder what is your price prediction, Marcus? Where you see Bitcoin going this year? Marcus, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Ricardo?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I hear you. I hear you now. So sorry. I hear you now.
Hmm.
Boof, honestly, I really don't know. I mean, because I think that you have all these other things like Bitcoin for me really saw a surge because of the ETF, right? And now I think that has kind of come off the the I don't know if the novelty is the word, right? So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we were right around 55 at the end of the year. Wouldn't be surprised. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So,
I,
and have you seen, like now, I actually have to check the price in the ETH ETF because that just started trading yesterday, right? Which I hope if there's going to be a lot of money into that, I wonder what's really happening. But that's my own opinion. Go ahead.
No, and I still have no way to answer like what is the point of a ETF, right? It's like I think maybe we should make another Q&A about this. Like, what is the role of ETF? Because Ethereum is not a commodity. It's a very different game. So that is a very different cryptocurrency. I wonder what is doing that, and I wonder if the price of BTC is going up because of the approval of Ethereum. Because the more money coming to the space, right, the more friendly regulation towards the space, you push the price up, right? So let me see here. What's the price of Ethereum?
I thought the price of Bitcoin was going up because the assassination, but because of Trump.
Yes, that also pushed the price up. So
It was
yeah,
literally
Ethereum,
like 10K up after the attempt.
yeah,
So
yeah. So what happened with the assassination attempt is people saw that from that moment on, there was no chance for the Democratic Party to win, and the Democratic Party are the ones against cryptocurrency. They are on the same wagon as Elizabeth Warren. So people are like, okay, after this, I mean, two very powerful images. I think everyone has saw Donald Trump like on his knee pretty much with blood on his hand. And then on one side, there's this frail human being that just got shot and is there on the knees, like with blood on his hand. And literally 30 seconds later, he's standing up as a hero saying, fight, fight, fight. I think that was a very powerful moment, and the market was like, okay, his victory is guaranteed, and he's not going to go against cryptocurrencies as the Democrats have been going against. And yes, the market responded very positively. They see that and I also think another thing is he's vice president. I mean, the vice president of Trump owns cryptocurrency. So practically, like factually, once Donald Trump gets elected, we can pretty much say that the White House owns BTC, like you have BTC in the White House of the United States of America. So that to me is going to be a significant turning point, though. As an outsider, I'm not sure how it is for people who are within them.
But the other thing that's crazy though is the meme coin stuff. Oh my gosh. Any geopolitical event, there's a meme coin. They just go crazy. Right? I'm like, I mean, what the Trump meme coins have gone insane. Insane. Right?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a little bit of fun with meme coins, but I don't take them seriously. Right.
so
So,
I wanted to say that I was talking to a friend the other day about this, and there are some meme coins that are worth it, to take a look and do some research. But this could be like different, like scandal coins, because it's
but
something that
but
happens
they're all
with you.
speculative. No, there's no fundamentals. They're all speculative. Every single one of them. There's nothing. There's no investment fundamentals behind them. It's purely about emotions.
Yeah. I
Sorry, Cora. I just want you to be very careful. There is no
Yeah.
fundamentals behind it. It's. Do you want to speculate? Have a little bit of fun. It's nothing. There's no macroeconomic thing. I mean, maybe there's a buy the news event, but like every single time there's some kind of news, there's going to be a meme coin, right? But understand that there are people, money managers that are buying meme coins and they're making a lot of money off of just this stuff. But it's not a business case. It's simply risk capital. Like if you ask somebody, well, why did you buy this? Oh, I bought it because I read the news. That's it. That's the reason. There's nothing else. Zero.
yeah, I'm not sure if it's the right vocabulary, Marcus, but I was thinking, can we make a fundamental analysis like of why meme coins pump, right? Like, for instance, I think we can agree like there are certain meme coins that between now and I don't know the next 2-3 weeks, they're very likely to go up, right? Like for instance, I think the Trump meme coin, and I'm just brainstorming here. We can say like as elections go and becomes like the count on the votes do happen, and we see, oh, it's very likely that Donald Trump is going to win. It's plausible to say that fundamentally that may push the price of Donald Trump meme coin, right? I think like
Yes. But the thing is that there are so many that they burn out, they go away, right?
yes,
So, some of the meme coins, like I would have to check, and all of that's in the Solana ecosystem. Yes, there are other things, but you look in the Solana ecosystem, I bet you that there's a meme coin on Biden is dead. I bet you there's a meme. I'll even look, right? And what happens to that? That just goes away after a while because it's all just
fogo de
like
palha, né, Marcus? I'm not sure if I said it in English, fogo de palha, right?
yeah. When there's like no, smoke, like there's no real like it's like a smoke screen. That's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
smoke screen. Like, it's not real, right? That's what we're literally debating right now. And so I'm gonna look right now to see and if there's one that has that because it's very, very, very strange. So Cora, I just wanted to warn you that there's like no fundamentals behind that. So it's pretty much like, oh, I'm just gonna play around.
Yeah, I've just seen some. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. I thought I was frozen. I've just seen listen to some people talking about meme coins and how there can be some kind of fundamentals behind them. For example, last year, AI meme coins, they got, kind of a fundamental because everyone was talking about that. So maybe you could invest for a short period of time. But that could be like kind of trading, right? It's not really.
Yes, it's technical analysis, they call it, like the fundamental analysis and their technical analysis. So I think when it talks about sentiment, even though we try to use the word fundamental, the right word is technical or emotional analysis, right? That gives foundation to that price performance. Is that it, Cora?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just I don't have the right words sometimes. But also I could say that about news would be even shorter period of time. I'm not saying anybody should be doing that, but it is like a topic. I've been listening people talking about that. And I think there's kind of something there.
I was talking to Cora 2 days ago about the meme coin. You know how I see meme coins, Marcus? I'm gonna give a meme
you've told
coin that
you've told me it's like anti-political correctness, right?
no. But I'm gonna give
Oh.
an example of a meme coin that we all bought. We all bought this meme coin. Who did not buy the Keybone Holyfield ear? The
I didn't buy it, but yes, you definitely looked for it. But look at these, and
you
yes,
guys know
it's
what I'm talking
all
about, right?
news.
You know what
Yes,
I'm talking
Mike
about,
Tyson.
right, Marcus?
Yes, I am. Yes, when Mike
In
Tyson did.
Brazil, yeah, go ahead. In Brazil, I don't know if you saw it. You went to the beach in Brazil. Everyone was eating that.
Yes, the Mike Tyson one when he bit the ear. Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Look at some of the meme coins right now too, right? So this is okay. Oh my gosh, I have to. There's a
Are you gonna
Kamala
share?
Harris. Some of them
Are
are
you gonna share
so
this?
no, 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 no. Some of them are so bad. There's a Kamala Harris, right? And it's up 185%, right? Today. Then there's a Kamala Horris, right? They changed one letter and it's up 39%. Then there's a Biden lives. There's one. Biden lives is up 15%. If you type in Trump, oh my gosh, man, the Trump meme coin is up 2,437% over year to date. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
And what about Thomas Crook, the shooter? I saw there was a meme going about him, but maybe it's no longer there. I don't know.
There's a Le Pen, there's even a Le Pen, you know. There's a Bolsonaro one. Oh my gosh. Oh man. This is a business in and amongst itself, just coming up with um meme coins. Yeah. And some of them are bad. Some of them are bad. Bad, bad, bad. Not safe for children, but oh well.
Oh, I don't find Marcus. I want you to see it. I don't find the image for that, man. Nobody has that picture.
The ear picture?
No, the how you say picolé?
Ice
The
cream?
popsicle. No, piccolo
Yeah.
is popsicle.
So there was a popsicle on the time when Mike Tyson beat the ear of Holyfield. And Kibon, which I think in English is I'm not sure what the guys call
Very
Kibon in
good.
English. Huh?
Keep on. Very good. No, it's a
Yeah.
brand though, but it's a brand.
Different,
Yeah,
yeah.
but very good. Very good. Yeah.
And they made this little popsicle, which was a ear with a little piece bitten off. And I remember going to that was our meme coin. Like I remember going to the beach in Santos, and everybody had that, man. Like,
Oh man.
were you in Brazil for that time or not, Marcus?
I don't remember when that happened. I'm trying to think. If it was in the early 2000s, for sure. If it was after
No,
in late 90s,
it was
maybe.
late 90s, yeah.
I may have
Man,
been. I just don't remember. I just don't
it
remember
was
when
a
that happened.
it was a pink
Look,
it was a pink color, which is like Caucasian color, and was with like the piece bitten off on the ear. Was a big one like this. And I remember just people like everyone wanted to buy just that ice cream. So that's the way I see meme coin nowadays. Have you seen that, Ross? Did that happen in the US or not? Or was it just in Brazil?
No, I hadn't seen it.
So it was a South America thing. But you know the incident, right? Ross, you know
Uh,
about.
not too much about it, so I'm listening and learning.
But you know about Tyson on one fight biting off a piece of the ear of I think it was Holyfield.
It was Evander Holyfield. Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
remember
bit his ear.
something about that
Yeah.
years ago.
I kid you not, within a week after that event happened, this brand Kibon was selling a popsicle which was with a little ear with the piece bitten off. Everybody in Brazil wanted to have that.
So at the same time, there was a company that, oh man, I'm looking at the news for this. There was a company that made like edible ears. They called them Mike Bites. I'm looking at that too,
Yeah,
and
there was yeah.
yeah, it was
Mike
like
Bites was in the US, yes.
yes, I'm looking. I don't remember this at all, but I remember the incident, but I don't remember even either one of these. So I was still fairly young at this time.
Yeah, Mike,
But this is crazy.
I'm gonna show you guys here. Look, I'll share the screen. Like this was to me, this is like our version of meme coin in the past. Look at this.
Uh,
Yeah, I think this was in America, and in Brazil was The little
Piccolo.
popsicle, yeah, piccolo. But the piccolo was pretty big, was with a pink. So I think like it's just like cashing on the news, right? That's what meme coins are, to be like cash on the news, you know?
Yes, that is what it is. It's really that's why I mean, you're almost better off creating meme coins than you are buying them, right? Because
Yeah.
like you know that if you I mean this Trump one is pretty absurd. That is a crazy valuation on that one. Crazy valuation. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So I think like if you are paying attention to the news, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a group of people on computers, like on somebody's living room or mother's garage, like father's garage or basement, or on like a cheap warehouse rented where there's, I don't know, 8 or 10 guys on the computers just looking for what is the biggest hype on the news, right? Like Biden being dead or assassination attempt on Trump, and they're like ready to create a meme coin, like with a drop of a hat and say, okay, this is it. Like, because this is the game where those who like make the first move make most of the money, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a group of guys doing that kind of thing, though.
There's a Julian Assange meme coin too. It's yep. It's big time, man. Big time.
I think that one makes sense, right? It's like
They've
Which one, Cora?
literally taken every person in history like that has notable. Go ahead. Sorry, Cora. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I mean, there's so many people, and there's a Fidel Castro meme coin. I mean, you got to be kidding, right? You got to be kidding.
What
It's
about
not
Chavez?
trading.
Is
Let's see if
Chavez
this is
there?
Hugo. No, so that's an opportunity. There's a instead of Che Guevara, they did a Chave Guevara. They didn't even.
Chavez?
It's really weird. Yeah,
He
Chave
leaks.
Guevara. So they did that one. There's just too many of them. It's just it's like Booth said, trade the news, right?
Mhm.
So Olympics, that's like some of marketing, perceived value, right? Some people, it's not really the value, it's just the perceived value. So people want it. What is
Yeah.
this? Wow. Okay. That's the beauty of cryptocurrencies, people. You can just create these ecosystems for so many things. Wow.
Yeah.
But Booth,
Tell me.
before I forget, no, they're going to be launching a Solana stablecoin too. I mean, sorry, Solana ETF. That's what doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's going to happen this year, though. I think 2025, there will be a Solana ETF. I don't see that happening this year. Do you see that happen this year?
I don't, but I asked the question, why do people need it?
What could be the difference between the Ethereum ETF and Solana?
Between Ethereum and
That's a good
Solana, not
question.
much. But between Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's a huge difference. But go ahead, Marcus.
No, but the thing about Solana is that it's a VC blockchain, right? If you look at who are the major holders of Solana, there isn't a person there is a person like Vitalik Buterin, but there's no prestige like that. It's the venture capitalists that are involved in Solana that are the celebrities. That's the key to that. That's the key to that. It's the venture capitalists that are involved that make it what it is. So
Like
I don't see
like
why
this guy,
someone would need it.
I forget his name, I think. The one that was like I went to prison, I think, or he was at home. I don't remember his name. I think he was behind Jupiter, I believe, or one of those.
Or Tornado Cash you're talking about.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Is he like behind Solana?
No,
No.
Lukashenko was his name? Is that him? Behind, I think it's Lukashenko, right, Marcus?
I thought the guy's name was Vasquez, but gonna just double
I'm gonna get him.
check. Yeah, no, it is Yakovenko is his name.
Yakovenko,
Yeah,
yes.
Yakovenko. That's his
Yakovenko.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's right.
the difference is this, Cora. In 2017, 2016, 2017, the crypto space, we had the crypto space has this, I would say, buzzwords, let's put it this way, which is the flavor of the month or the flavor of the year, right? So in 2017, we had the flavor of the year, which was IPO, which is initial public offering. That's what happened in the stock market. So for instance, if that happened with Robinhood, right? Robinhood wants to be publicly traded on the stock market. They pass and they check all the boxes, and then they get an IPO. Airbnb did that. So in 2017, there was something called the ICO, and that three-letter is inspired by the IPO. It was a way of people in the crypto space saying, we don't need the stock market. We can just be public traded. And there was a lot of ICOs. There was a website that tracked ICOs. I counted sometimes like 20, 30, even 50 ICOs in one day. Like, was literally like by the hour. I should post a video where there's like just a popcorn pot of like coins popping out of nowhere. So if you have an ICO, which is an initial coin offering, and that is the crypto version of an IPO, then why have an ETF? I'll give an example to you. You're never going to see an Apple stock ETF. No, people just buy the Apple stock. No one is going to ever make a Tesla ETF. No, Tesla is a public traded company. You can buy the shares on the stock market. The question that Marcus asked is, if you did have an ICO, an initial coin offering, as a way to say, listen, we are a public traded company on the crypto space, why do you need an ETF on something that is already public traded? It's different than Bitcoin. Bitcoin never had an ICO. There was no distribution. There was no, people start to mine and they get Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a commodity. Like you can have an ETF for gold, but to have an ETF for a financial instrument that is linked to a company. Solana is a company. Ethereum is a company. So that's the question, like, why would you have an ETF on a company? Why don't you just have the shares of the company being public traded? That's pretty much the question that I think Marcus asked. What is the point of having an Ethereum ETF or having a Solana ETF? Is that a good way to explain it, Marcus?
Yes, it's a very good way. And there's only one answer I have. So if you are the retail buyer, it's a way for you to get crypto exposure without ever learning the rules of crypto. That's it. If you are the fund managers and you're creating ETFs, I mean, your job is literally to buy Solana all day, and then you just package it up and you make fees. It's a simple model. I mean, they're making fees for you to have software. That's it. That Booth explained it. Like, I'm selling shares of software, not the company, just software. So you're literally buying software that makes meme coins.
That's Solana, right?
Yes. I mean, you could do it on other blockchains. This is when Ethereum would be very expensive, I think. Yep. I mean, some of these meme coins are just terrible. Like, funny enough, there's a Democrat Democratic Party coin, and there's a Republican coin.
Which one is winning?
The Democrat coin has more value than the Republican coin does. All on Solana. And what they're doing, I mean, it's a discussion for another time, definitely. But you can interact with the coins. So you could do a vagabond coin, and then you would have to pay for things with the vagabond coin. That's what a lot of people are doing.
They pay things with the meme coins?
Yes. Yep. Yep. I can
I have
talk about this in the future, but I think I spoke about some artists are going to start launching their own coins, and they're going to force you to buy for like their concerts and merchandise. You have to buy it in that coin, so that crypto, right? Solana is what they're using for that. So it's a very smart idea. It's a very smart idea because now you have an ecosystem that you can totally market to them. Now, it's also a very risky thing because you could get rug pulled very badly in that situation. Very
You can
badly.
get what?
Rug pulled. Meaning you have the rug pulled out from under you. Because let's say that you want to go to a concert and you want to see Taylor Swift, and you buy the Taylor coin. What happens when Taylor doesn't show up to the concert? The value of that goes way down. The other thing is that you have the scalpers, the people that sell the tickets a second time, right? They get the tickets and they resell them. They can start charging whatever they want to, and you have to buy in that cryptocurrency, right? So you have currency risk as well. So does that make sense? Let's say you want to go to Taylor Swift. The tickets are 100, but there's so much demand. I'm going to sell them for 100 Taylors. Or sorry, 1,000 Taylors. I mean, that's the price you're going to pay. And then if Taylor goes down, the value of the meme coin or the crypto goes down, you've lost money on that. It's an interesting business model, but it's still very new.
Okay, I gave an example to you of rug pull, right? Rug pull is when somebody pumps the price. It's also known as pump and dump. Somebody pumps the price of something up, and then they just sell it at high point and let you have the thing at the lower, like deal with it with the loss. One good example of that is, I'm not sure if we can prove that, but for instance, Elon Musk can buy a whole bunch of Dogecoin, and then he say Doge to $1, right? And puts on his X account, which in 2020 had 60, I think it was 60 million followers. That price is going to go up, right? And when the price goes up, Elon Musk goes and sells everything. The price now collapses. And then because the price collapsed, you are left with a bag of something that has no value. That's one example of rug pull. So
It's pretty much what venture capitalists do with new projects. Something similar. A lot of them. Because they have like a bunch of.
yes, they get at a lower price. Yeah, could be that.
And if
So
they don't see any value, when it's higher, they just get out.
Yeah.
Why do you think it is different?
Because venture
Okay,
capitalists invest on something with the intention of like making money, but rug pull is necessarily something has no value, and then they pump with the idea of dropping them. I think Marcus gave a thumbs up. What is that, Marcus?
I agree with you. A venture capitalist is looking at financials, is really trying to, in most cases, trying to see the company come along, right? And they're betting on the future performance. The pump and dump is manipulation to cash out, knowing that it's worthless. It's quite different.
I think I've seen YouTubers doing that, or news about YouTubers that they start promoting coins to their followers that are usually kids,
Mhm.
and then they do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're coming to the end. Appreciate you guys. I've got another meeting after this event. Just remember, tread carefully. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market. Go ahead, Marcus.
No. Everyone have a good day. I'm gonna call you a little later today.
Okay, I will
Okay.
be here. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone. Ciao.
Bye,
Okay,
Maria.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye. See you later. Have a great
See you
week.
later.
Bye-bye.